Hello, my beautiful darlings. My name is Katie of Rose Bloom Readings. Thank you so much for being here with me today, my loves. Today's reading is right at the smack dab beginning, which smack dab is the middle. We're at the we're smacking dab a little bit to the left, just at the beginning, the start. Hi. It's Aries season is what I'm getting at. The long and short of it is Aries season has just begun. Will it be Aries season when this reading goes up? Who's to say? I don't know. What am I, a psychic? Probably is my assumption. But anyway, Aries is very driven. Aries is driven. It's fiery. It is the youngest sign in the astrological wheel, full of innocence and ambition and naivety and drive and passion. And there is nothing unachievable for an Aries. So what better time to do a reading on messages and predictions pertaining to your career? This was a suggestion from a very, 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 very lovely viewer. I will mention them in the description below because I immediately went into channel mode and just blanked on their name, and I am so sorry, but I really appreciate it because it was a really, 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 really wonderful confirmation for something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. But yeah, so we're going to look into whatever comes through and pertaining to your career, my darlings. If you are looking for guidance on what career is meant for you, I feel like that'll come through. If you're looking for guidance on the career you're currently in, next steps, what's to come, etc., so on, what have you, I feel like the piles are gonna be very, very, very different, my darlings. So, as always, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, my darlings, it is most likely because you have messages that are meant for you in each of those piles. Today's reading especially, just because I do have the feeling that each reading is going to be very individual. It doesn't feel like sometimes the readings kind of meld in together and, you know, the flow kind of carries on throughout the entirety of the 4 piles, but today it feels like it's going to be very distinct. So if you feel drawn to more than one pile, my darlings, please check each of those piles out. This is a general reading, my loves, so take the messages that resonate with you and leave behind what doesn't for those who are meant to receive it. We have 4 piles here today, my loves. Same as always, one day it might be different. Today it is not. We have pile number 1, co-create, pile number 2, clean it up, pile number 3, the tribe, and pile number 4 is loyal heart. I will have the timestamps down below in the description box, my loves. If you feel like you need clarity, you can take a long breath in through the nose, hold it for 4 seconds, and let it out slowly through the mouth, my loves. Trust your intuition, my loves. Whatever you feel drawn to is what is meant for you. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Whenever you are ready, I will also be ready, and we can get started, my loves. Hello, my beautiful darlings. Pile number 1, this gorgeous card, Co-Create, is your card for messages and predictions pertaining to your career. What's going on in your career? Okay, this, oh, babies. Babies. Okay, you, my sweet darlings, feels like you have a job that is fine. It's fine, but it feels like your passion really lies in being your own bosses, starting your own businesses, either selling things that you're really, really, really passionate about. I'm seeing a lot of vintage and thrift things, antiques. I'm seeing a lot of like reclaimed and refurbished things, like, you know, old jewelry, old clothes, things that have a story. The story is really important to you. Or selling something that you create. So your art, your jewelry, your clothes, designs, etc., sculptures, so on and what have you. It feels like a really wide array of things that you're very passionate about, but it feels like telling a story is really important to you, my darlings. And it feels like the job that you have now is, it's kind of mundane. It's a little bit mundane, my darlings, I won't lie to you. It serves its purpose. It pays the bills. You're fine. you're fine, but you don't want to be fine. Fine is a very restless place for you to be. You want to be passionate, and you want to be driven, and you want to see your ideas come to fruition, and you want to create, and you want to share with clients, and you want to build a relationship with clients, and you have the aesthetic all visualized for your store. It feels like some of you could have vision boards, Pinterest boards, which are vision boards, just virtual. You're manifesting a lot. It feels as well you have either a very close friend, a sibling, or in some cases a very close parent who you have been discussing this business idea with, and it feels like neither of you have really taken the plunge yet, but the talks are getting very exciting, and it does feel as though that's something that's going to go really, really well when you pursue it, my darlings. There's a very strong support of pursuing it, especially here, these two coming together to create something very unique, something that's really going to stand out against, even if there's similar ideas out there, my darlings, it's going to stand out in the way that you do it, because the way you do it is completely individualistic. You have a very unique plan for what you want to do. You have a very unique vision for what you want to do. And I feel like that kind of adds to the sort of almost anxiety of it, because it's like, okay, this is so unique. It's never been done before in this exact way. And that can be intimidating because it's never been done before. So there's no kind of fallback cushion on, I know this is going to go well because it's been done before and it's succeeded. But my darlings, the fact that it's so original, and the fact that it's so unique, and you're so fucking passionate about it, my babies, you're so passionate about it, it's gonna go really well. It's gonna go really well. There are people who really, really, really are going to value, appreciate, respect, and treasure the way that you do things, and how you put what you want to put out into the world, and people who are going to be really happy to receive that, my darlings. It also feels like you or this person you want to go into business with are really good at digital marketing, or like digital art, or both. So you would create some really like standout kind of social media shit and stuff, and it's gonna be really, 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 really good, my babies. We have the loving man, we have back and forth, and we have conflict. Okay, yeah. Yes, my darlings. So for those of you in romantic relationships, your partner could be the person that you want to go into business with. For those of you who aren't in romantic partnerships, or your romantic partner is not who you want to go into business with, it really just feels like this feels like a very, very much a spiritual guide energy, a very, very, very paternal or good friend spiritual energy, who's like, this is only going to go good. And it feels like these flowers are like congratulation flowers, like you've done it, you've achieved it, and they're right there waiting. And it feels like this is really meant to be the next step for what you do, my darlings, because you need that passion, you need that drive back in your life. You really miss the feeling of being excited about something. And you're the kinds of people who you constantly are milling out ideas, my loves. You're constantly envisioning things, you're constantly planning things, thinking things through. And so to have a business, yes, it's a ton of work, my loves. It is a lot of work, but you have this vision and this drive and this desire to do that work. And I feel like it's the right kind of difficult for you. It's the kind of difficult that's very satisfying, as opposed to the kind of mundane phase that you're in right now, my loves. And it feels like you're kind of in the phase right now where like the longer you don't go forward with this dream, this, planning out, like really, really, really fleshing out a business plan, getting a logo, getting a website, social media, so on and so forth, the more kind of restless and aggravated you get in your day-to-day life, in work. It feels like you've started taking more time off work, just like more, more days off sprinkled in the week, or one day off a week, like consistently, because you're feeling very restless, very antsy. And you know the reason for why. Subconsciously, for certain. Consciously, sometimes it waves in and out, and sometimes that kind of restless, aggravated feeling can cause you to be like, well, I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but you do, my babies. You're feeling this way because you're being called to move forward, to go forward, to experience the change that you envision yourself having. When you sit with yourself and when you envision yourself 5-10 years from now, you're thriving in this business of yours, my darlings, that you want to start. You're not seeing yourself where you are now, and that's very telling. It's wonderful for manifestation as well, my darlings, but it's very telling. And so the more you delay that and the more you resist it, the more difficult it gets. And it can be baby steps, my darlings. It does feel as though you are people who really, really, really achieve. You're giving me fire and air signs, especially, my darlings. So Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, and you want to see results very quickly. You move very quickly through the things that you want to do. And this is something that is going to have to take baby steps. Just realistically, my darlings, you can't put all of your eggs in one basket. You can't 110% risk it for the biscuit, even though as I'm filming this, we're in Aries season, and if anyone can risk it for the biscuit, it's those fucking Aries. Love them to pieces, but it's just not realistic. You've got responsibilities, you've got bills to pay, you've got shit going on, my babies, and the income you have now feels steady and consistent and enough. So, it is going to take effort to, on the sidelines, flesh out this business, shell out money for whatever you need, inventory and so on and so forth, designing and everything else, and having it take baby steps. But the wonderful thing is, my loves, I really see clearly you being those people who invest in their passions on the side, although it does, of course, make more work for them, but investing in their passions until they get to the point where those passions can become their full-time job. And I see that for you very clearly, my loves, and that's very exciting. Okay, let's pull the Dark Mansion Tarot. Some of you could be really kind of going back and forth on the idea of moving as well. And I feel like that pertains especially to those of you who work remotely, or who can shift their work to like working, from home or online, like you have the ability to move. And it really feels like you're in a phase right now where you're just really, really, really antsy for change. You're really, really restless. You're in a very transformative period, my darlings, where you just want to see the results of change. And it feels like part of that is because of the discomfort that change brings, and that it can be uncomfortable, my darlings. It's our, oh my God. I am not taking all of those. Sorry, I love you so much, but no, thank you. Okay. It's our natural human instinct to resist change. We don't like it. It's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel familiar. So we resist it. But rather than resisting it, you're like, I just want to get to the end of this. And that's, again, a very normal reaction, my darlings. But, sitting with yourself and really, really, really looking inward at what you genuinely want, what do you actually want? Where do you want to see yourself in, 6 months, in 2 years, in a year from now? We have the Four of Wands. We have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, you're feeling very stuck, my babies. You're feeling very stuck and you want to get out. I'm hearing, oh, it's by U2. It's by U2. Oh, it's my parents' favorite song. Oh. How many road trips did I hear this fucking song on? Bittersweet Symphony by U2. If you wanted to look up that song, or at the very least the lyrics of that song, my darlings. But yes, so looking inward and evaluating what you genuinely want for yourself and what is just coming up because you're so antsy for change, my loves. Because if you want to move, if you would be genuinely happy being elsewhere other than where you are now, then move, my babies. If that is something plausible for you, if that is something that would bring you happiness and contentment, then do it, my loves. Don't think it farther than that. If it's something you're able to do and something that would make you happy, then do it. Of course, my loves. It's as simple as that. And everything else will follow. If we sat and we overthought every single decision and choice to the point of having, 1,000 pages of cons and 1,000 pages of pros, we would notice those 1,000 pages of cons much faster than we would notice the pros. But maybe we wrote out all the pros first. And then that means something, to see all of the things that we give reasoning for why our decision would be worthwhile, but then we sit on it and we stay with it, and then we say, oh, but what if this? What if it's not great in the way that I think it will be? And all these what ifs, and then all we have are these what ifs, and we forget all of the wonderful things that came out of us instantly. So trusting your instincts, my darling, and trusting your heart and trusting where you want it to lead you feels like something you're being called to do very, 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 very strongly. Yeah, you miss passion, my loves. You miss having passion in your lives. Some of you who are in a romantic relationship, that romantic relationship could be moving on to a higher level, engagement, marriage, starting a family, etc., etc. Or you could meet a partner through these changes I see coming in your life, my darlings. And I feel like that's not by accident. I feel like that very much has to do with you kind of, it's like a dog getting out of like a fucking muddy pond, and they shake themselves clean and dry, and then it's like, oh my god, there was a dog under there. And that's what it feels like. That's the phase it feels like. I can't remember if I knocked or not. It feels like you're in is you want to shake off like the excess, the stuff that you don't need, and you want to find yourself again. And once you find yourself again, everything else really falls into alignment, my darlings. We have full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Adjustments are required. And look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Okay, that's really, really, really nice. You guys could be Capricorns as well. Also Taurus and Scorpio, just based on the resistance to change that I'm picking up from you, my darlings. Very much wanting the change, but resisting it. Yeah. It feels like there's a lot that you want to see different, my loves. And it feels like you are really going to be in a phase of understanding that those changes are fully possible, but they are in your hands, my darlings. I'm really excited about this business adventure I see for you, my loves, though. It's really, 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 really fun. It's so exciting. There's something so important to you about sharing stories of other people and, bringing history forward and having people experience different, moments in history and different lifestyles, and having the connection between us regardless of the point in time in which we exist is a very important thing I'm feeling for you, my loves. And that's really, really, really cool. And I feel like a lot of people are really going to appreciate that and to vibe with it, my loves, which is something I surprisingly almost never say, so vibe with it. We have Spider. Travel will open up new possibilities and one special connection. Ho, 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 ho. That is a very fucking specific confirmation, my babies. Sloth. Consider the smallness of your needs and treasure what you possess. And Seal. Hard work and inspiration are the foundation of true creativity. That's very cool. So it definitely feels like the message of wanting to move, but then also having a romantic connection, was for a specific number of you, but it's a very specific message, and that's a very specific confirmation to get for that very specific message. And it feels like, for those of you who are feeling called to move, it doesn't even need to be somewhere significant, my loves. It doesn't need to be a city or a country or a whatever the fuck full move. Like, it can even just be moving out of where you live now down the fucking street. And it just feels like, for those of you who are really feeling called to move, that shift really ignites your passion again and ignites your confidence in how good it feels to go for something, to want something, and then to go for it and to achieve it and have it feel good is something that then snowballs through the rest of your life, my loves, and through the rest of your decisions and what drives you. And that's very, very exciting. And consider the smallness of your needs and treasure what you possess feels like something you've done for quite a long time, because that's kind of your fallback. It's like, well, I'm happy where I am. I'm fine where I am. I'm content where I am. And that's wonderful, my loves. That is phenomenal. That is not for nothing. That is absolutely fantastic. But it's the fact that you want more, that you're being called to achieve more, because what you want is meant for you. And it's something that you are able to have, and you want to have ideas flow through you, and you want to have to think things through, and you want things to, be a bit of a challenge as opposed to so mundane. You're very restless when you're very restless when things get mundane, my loves. You're very hardworking, very passionate, and very creative people. A lot of wands energy in this group, my loves. It's very lovely to see. I think we got actually the Page of Wands. Yeah, a lot of wands energy. Excuse me. Okay, I just want to pull some of the Intimate Oracle, because I thank you. Bicycle. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, you'll get used to it. No worries. Yeah, it feels like the no worries is the most important confirmation from that message of like, it's gonna be good, my babies, whichever direction it leads you in, because it does feel like I'm seeing not just like a forked road, I'm seeing like a fucking like roller coaster track intertwining. Like, this drive and passion that you have can really lead you anywhere, my loves. And for some of you, it might lead you in a different direction than where you're anticipating. It might lead, you might go to start this business and have this whole business planned out, but then as you start to flesh it out, a new idea that drives you more pops into your head. And it's just, it's lighting that torch and having it burst into fucking flame kind of a thing, my babies. It's like one step and endless possibilities is very much the energy of this group, my darlings, and it feels like you're being called to make that step just because you want new and exciting, and you're very aware of the value of life and its experiences and the limitations of time. It does feel like that's something that kind of becomes daunting to you. You have this fear of, being unsatisfied at the end when, the final bell tolls, or whatever fucking analogy. It feels like you have a fear of being unfulfilled in some way, and that's, you don't have to be unfulfilled, my darlings. That's the thing. That's the exciting thing. And I feel like that's what Spirit is very clearly conveying, is that unfulfillment doesn't need to be your reality. You can go for what fulfills you, and you should, and you will. And it's going to be a journey, it's going to be a road, but that's an adventure that I feel like you're really excited to take, or will become very excited to take, because you are people who like to see results, and it feels like your focus is meant to be brought to, the journey as well. Not just the end game, not just the result, but the journey to get there. And that's going to be something that I think surprises you, just how much you enjoy it, because it's everything that you want. It's effort and work and creativity and ideas and planning and executing and everything wonderful. Right ear. Buzzing and like kind of fullness could be synchronicity of yours, my darlings. I've been feeling that very strongly, and then my eye went to listen here, the ear. You have some very encouraging energies around you, my loves. Okay. We have bathroom, rebirth, refreshed, cleansing, and all natural. Jungle, wild, flighty, and dangerous. In the first place that comes to mind, intuition and thoughtful. Somewhere in Europe, charming, quaint, and romantic. And sweet and savory. Shake things up. Okay, yeah. They're like, look closer. I was like, I can't see. Look closer, my nose would be pressed against it, my babies. Yeah, so this is definitely a really exciting new phase for you, my loves. A new phase, because you've been content for long enough and you're fed up with it. And it doesn't mean you need to, you know, up and quit your job tomorrow. Absolutely not, my darlings. But baby steps. Things can happen in a slow and even and steady pace, my loves, and the results will be just as worth it, if not more worth it, than if we fucking sprinted through it, right? I feel like a vacation as well. A little vacation. So I feel like it's something that's already either been brought up to you by friends or family, or it's something you've kind of been tossing around your head. I feel like that vacation would bring a lot of not only clarity, but a lot of excitement towards you. A lot of realization of how many possibilities are at your disposal, my loves. So if you're feeling called to take that vacation, my loves, it could be to somewhere tropical, it could be to somewhere in Europe. Or you could live in Europe and go somewhere tropical, or vice versa. Then I feel like that would do you some good, my loves. But very exciting. This is a really exciting venture you're on. And this person as well, who you're feeling called to start this business with, is a fantastic person to do that with. It's really a team effort, and it's really balanced and even. And, you know, there's a perfectly balanced abundance of ideas and drive and effort and financial security to make this happen. It's very good, my babies. It's very, very good. It feels very good. A lot of root chakra energy as well, my darlings. Prickles up and down the spine, which makes a lot of sense because yeah, you're steady and you're good and you're grounded, but you kind of want to uproot yourself now and go elsewhere and become grounded in that new phase, and it's gonna go really well for you, my loves. Is there anything else? Oh, they give me a shiver and they tell me no. Group number 1, that is so fucking exciting. I am really, really, really happy for you, my darlings. I hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, please let me know by leaving a comment. I love to talk to you guys. I love to hear from you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please feel free to subscribe. All of my links for Patreon, which has the extended 18+ readings, as well as exclusive readings, monthly forecasts, so on and what have you. Link for my Instagram, my Etsy store, and my email for more information on private readings are down in the description box below. Is there anything else? I always feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't think I am. I love you very, very much, my darlings. Thank you so much for being here with me. I will see you all very, very soon. Bye. Hello, 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 my beautiful darlings. Group number 2, if you picked this card, clean it up. This is your reading on messages and predictions pertaining to your career. I was just thinking how funny it was. I didn't check the time. I don't know how long group number 1 went for, but it felt like it went very quickly. So I was just thinking how interesting it was that, one, either time is moving very quickly and I don't realize it because we're in Aries season, or 2, the readings are coming out very quickly because Aries is no bullshit, and Aries will always say exactly what they feel in complete, honest, and unabashed truth instantly. They don't dilly-dally, they don't drag it on, whereas the readings that I filmed in Pisces season, just before this, were some of the longest readings I'd ever done, because Pisces, it's intuition, my babies, but also, you know, a Pisces they'll talk to you. They will, like a water sign, they will talk to you. We have Ace of Pentacles. That's a really fucking exciting energy to go into a career reading with. And then we have Temperance. Okay, this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. A lot of earth sign energy in this group, my darlings. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. I feel like Pisces as well, since I started talking about Pisces at the beginning. A little bit of Cancer. Libra, and maybe Aquarius. I'm hearing Sagittarius as well, but it feels like not very strongly. There's not a lot of fire energy here. This is languid. This is earth. This is willing to, plant a seed and put in constant love, attention, effort, everything required to see it grow, no matter how long it takes. There's a lot of patience in this group, my darlings, which is funny because that's a very, very, very opposing energy from group number 1, which I did say at the beginning of the reading that this, these all felt very individual. But a very opposing energy, whereas group 1 was very much like, I want to see the results. Let's go, let's go. This is very like, I know that what I'm putting in is worth it. So some of you could be just about to finish university, or to finish finishing school, med school, law school, something secondary, or you have just recently finished it. Or you could be just about to finish like an internship and you're about to apply for a position, or like a apprenticeship or something, working under somebody in order to build up like your reputation and your knowledge and your skill to then work for them. Some of you could be doing residencies. Some of you could be like working in nursing, working under nurses until you become a full-fledged nurse. Some of you could be counselors, psychologists. Some of you could be, I'm hearing sous chefs. Some of you could also be mentoring under intuitives, learning to develop your intuition. I'm hearing physiotherapists as well, but there's definitely a learning curve that you're on, and it's taken a lot of time. It's taken patience, it's taken effort, it's taken money. But you feel very happy, my loves. You really, really, really feel happy. And I feel like that's a really fucking big deal. Because it is. That's absolutely a big deal, my darlings. But it feels especially like it's a really big deal for you, my loves, because you feel really happy. And that feels like something that, is a shift from 1 to 2 years ago, where things felt very towery in that time in your life, my darlings. There was a lot that was moving and shaking and being torn asunder, and so on and so forth, and moving and shifting and transforming. And it was a very uncomfortable phase to be in. And now it feels like the tower has been taken down. We're only left with what's good and stable and worthwhile. And we're feeling lighter, and we're feeling good and strong and sturdy, and we have a good foundation. And now you've been building, and you're really, 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 really happy. I feel that very strongly, my loves. Very happy, and that's really exciting. A very strong energy of empaths in this group as well. Okay, let's pull the Quantum Oracle. But this is really exciting, my loves. This is really, really exciting. Patient. I'm hearing patience is a virtue, but I'm also hearing patience is a virtue that you have. You're very good at being patient. You're very understanding of the value of patience, and of, the value of time worthwhile. And I'm hearing, yeah, that's what you feel like, my babies. You're just peaceful. You're just happy. You're content. And that's so nice. That's so nice, because it feels like that's what we left. We left the stuck energy. I'm getting a lot of heat in my left side of my calf, which I believe correlates to root chakra opening. I believe the legs, yeah. But it also feels like it really resonates with moving forward, like going somewhere. And it's kind of like, when you've been like hiking for a couple hours, or when you've been, walking for a few hours, or when you've been running and you get that burn in your legs. But it's not a burn that would stop you. It's just a burn that signifies that you've been moving, that you've been going forward, that you've been climbing, that you've been running, etc., etc. And it feels like that really resonates because you feel a lot of pride in looking back at how far you've come. And that's very important, my darlings, because sometimes that's something that, we forget to do, is we stand where we are and we look at how far we have left to go, but we don't remember to look back and realize how far we've come from where we were. And there's a lot of pride that you have for yourself in that, my loves, and that's very beautiful. There's a lot of very protective spiritual energy around you, my darlings. Rainbows are a big signifier. Some of you could also... Some of you could have much younger siblings or cousins, like much younger, like a good 2 or so decades younger than you, who you're very close to. Or some of you could be wanting to start or expand your family, and it feels like part of what you're waiting for is to be like in a fully stable state in your career, which is that's really nice. It's really nice to kind of wait for that phase, and it feels like you just have such a good understanding of the concept of time and the passage of it, my loves, rather than, being afraid of it. It's kind of like you understand that that time is going to pass regardless, and you're filling it in the best way that you can. You're not cramping it. You're not trying to get everything done, by next month. Instead, you're like, okay, these are the things I want, and this is what I want to achieve in this order. And of course, life is life, and sometimes things don't go exactly according to plan, but it seems like you have a really good grasp on organizing your time and your responsibility in the very best way for you, my loves. And it feels like that stems from... I'm not taking all those, my babies. Thank you so much, though. Calm down, calm down. I'll take you. Thank you. We have the Three of Wands. Okay, that's really nice. That's really, really lovely. The Page of Cups. Okay, yeah. The Nine of Pentacles, yeah. That's your energy, my babies. That is your energy. And the Two of Swords. Okay, that's lovely. So it feels like you are coming out of a phase where you felt that you always had to be making a decision between one or two things. And it feels like that's just, kind of something that you've experienced a lot in life, is kind of having to choose between, do I want this or do I want this more? Because there's no way I can have both. And now you're in a phase where you can have both, because you put in the work, you've put in the effort, you've put in the time, my darlings, and you are going to be in a place very soon where it's going to be very easy for you to make those decisions, because there's not going to be so much. It's not a this or that anymore. It's a, do I want this, do I want that, or do I want both? Because now I have the time, means, energy, and finances to be able to do that. Some of you could be moving house. Some of you could also be designing your own houses. It feels like there's a lot of financial abundance coming your way, my darlings, that you're planning for. And that's really good manifestation energy, my darlings, to, not just visualize yourself having this money, but to visualize how you're going to spend it, what it's going to look like when you have it, how your life is going to change. Really good manifestation energy, my darlings. It also feels like your emotions have really, just really been gentle with you in the last 6 to 12 months, especially, my darlings, whereas before it felt like, they could get a bit overwhelming, which is understandable. You were in a period of, a lot of shifting, a lot of stress, a lot of discontentment, a lot of upset. So of course the emotions were overwhelming, my darlings, but now it feels like they're really simmered down. It also feels like a wonderful thing that you're doing, my loves, especially pertaining to career and finances, but in all aspects of your life as well, is ensuring that your proverbial cup, we love to talk about that cup, my babies, but ensuring that it's full. Your attention is always on your cup. And that's not to say it's not on other people's cups, because it feels like you have a lot of people who adore you, who are dependent on you, who you love to fulfill as well. But it feels like you are fully aware that if there's nothing in your cup, or if your cup is lacking in any way, then you can't give out to anything else, my darlings. And so I feel like you've done a lot. What is that noise? You've done a lot, and that was so weird. What the fuck was that noise? You've done a lot to confirmation from spirit. Scared the dickens out of me. Um, it literally came from my left ear so clearly, like right beside it. Like it sounded like somebody was holding like a water bottle or a plastic bottle and kind of just like squeezed it so it clicked, is exactly what it sounded like. And I could like feel it right beside my left ear, but right beside my left ear is a wall. So I know that wasn't happening. But confirmation. If you had somebody who you knew and loved very much in the physical, who would drink a lot of soda, I'm seeing Coca-Cola, I'm seeing Dr. Pepper, and I'm seeing Sprite and 7-Up, then that would be confirmation, my darlings, because that was, I don't think I've ever heard spirit make that sound. What was I saying before? 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 Yes, thank you. It feels like you are really making a lot of positive changes. You're recognizing the flow of energy that doesn't just pertain to career, my darlings. It's everything. So you're doing better at maintaining your house. You're doing better at maintaining your rest and care of self. You're doing better at making sure that you're eating enough, you're drinking enough water. You're understanding that, you know, happiness doesn't just come from employment and from achievement therein, and from, you know, finances and so on and so forth. Yes, that's an important aspect, and yes, a lot of happiness can come from that, but it also stems from everywhere else, my darlings. And that's a really, really, really important and really wonderful thing to know. And you're just being so kind to yourselves. It's really lovely to see, my darlings. Really, really lovely to see. It feels like some of you could be kind of refurbishing your life after a breakup, after excuse me, after, you know, a long relationship, or some of you, you know, could be finalizing a divorce. For those of you finalizing a divorce, it feels like you're still kind of, feels like the kind of legal semantics of it all are really dragging on, and it does feel like in the next 11 months you're going to have very good news pertaining to that, my darlings. But yeah, a lot of refurbishing your life, and really kind of a sort of forced reset that you're coming out of, and you're doing really, really well, my babies. We have Tiger, Passion and Adventure, Beckon. Panda, enjoy the sanctuary of solitude to regain self-esteem and tranquility. And Owl, seek out deeper knowledge to see through deception. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Tiger especially feels like a very important symbol for you, my darlings. Tigers and owls specifically, but also you could, your favorite animal could be a panda, or it could be a tiger or an owl. Or you have somebody who either gave you a nickname like panda or bear, or they reminded you, or you gave them a nickname of panda or bear. A very good hugger. And yeah, you're really excited for this new phase of your life, my darlings. Really, really excited. It feels like you could want to, it feels like you haven't traveled in a very long time, or some of you might not even have traveled ever. You might not have ever been on a plane. And it feels like that's for a lot of different reasons, but some of which pertaining to the financial aspect of traveling. It can be expensive, and it feels like that is something very important to you when you are done with this kind of blooming energy and are more fully fledged in your career and in your finances. That's, I feel like that's for a lot of you like the very first thing you want to do, and I think that's going to be fantastic, my darlings. Some of you could really want to go to Japan, China, India, Greece, Australia, New Zealand, Canada as well, I'm hearing. Some of you really want to go to like the more scenic parts of the US. I'm hearing Mexico as well. Yeah, and I feel like that would be, that's a really, really beautiful signifier for like the like cherry on the sundae of this new phase of life that you've allowed yourself to be in with your work, my darlings, and with everything as well, but with your work as well. And it feels like those trips become like a annual or semi-annual thing for you as well, my darlings. You're just doing so good. I'm so proud of you. This is really lovely. Okay, my loves, let's pull some Moonology and then some Intimate Oracle. Ew. Do I want these? Do I want these? No, they say no. They said no, and I said, okay, fine. Oh, thank you. See, there you go. There you go. Have faith in your dreams. That's beautiful. Waxing Crescent Moon. That's one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's just so nice. It's just so lovely. You are good enough. Full Moon in Virgo. And confidence is your key to success. New Moon in Leo. Okay, so I really, really, really like... I really like how we have the full moon and then the new moon. Because this feels like where you've been, my loves, and it feels like you are good enough is really the reassurance that Spirit is giving you, but also that you have given yourselves and continue to give yourselves, is that, you know, yes, there's a lot that you have had to let go of. Yes, there's a lot that you've had to release. Yes, it's been uncomfortable. Yes, it's been difficult, but you've been worth the change, because in the long run, the change was for your benefit, my darlings. The change was in your best interest. And letting that go, and then now being in this new phase of limitless possibilities that you have brought yourself, my darlings. You have done the work. You have gotten the education. You have applied for the jobs. You have put in the work, the training, the time, everything else, the experience, so on and what have you. And you're opening 1,001 doors minimum for yourselves, my darling. So it's just encouragement from Spirit to be like, you deserve this. You deserve the limitless possibilities ahead of you, my darlings. You deserve the achievements that you have garnered yourself. So go for them. Go for them. Accept them. Take them. There is nothing that is too far out of reach for you, my darlings. And I feel like that's something that you're realizing very clearly in the last 3 to 6 months especially, is that you are capable of wonderful things. You are capable of everything, my darlings, and you should and can have those things that you want for yourselves, my loves. Very exciting. It feels like July, August, September are going to be very big months for you, my darlings. That could be when you finally get your new full position. That could be when you finish your residency, finish school. That could be when you take your vacation, even, because you're settled into things finally. And that's the time that you have. Butterflies are also very big spiritual confirmations for you, my loves. Okay, my darlings, let's pull from the, thank you, Intimate Oracle. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, you're so lovely, my darlings. Your energy is fantastic. You're very heart-centered people, very, very heart-centered people. There's a lot of heart energy. So Taurus, Virgo, and Leo especially in this group. And sorry. The 99.999% of the time when this card comes out, it's something something saucy, but this time it feels like it really just resonates with having to have done something difficult, having to have been persistent, having to have been, you know, having to really kind of do the dirty work, and to, you know, put in the effort and to really trust the process. Feels like something you've had to do a lot over the last 2 years, especially, my darlings. It's like there's been a lot of times it feels like where you didn't know where your efforts would lead, or where you would come out, but you had to trust the process. You had to be like, this is what I'm being called to do. This is what I have to do. I'm going to do it, and we'll figure out the rest when we get to that, basically. For those of you who are waiting on on good news, on a job offer. Some of you could also be waiting on like approval for a lease or a mortgage. It does feel as though you're going to, or for some of you who resonate with the divorce, who are waiting on news about that, it does feel like you're going to hear good news about that in 3 to 6 weeks or 3 to 6 months, or between March, April, May, and June. We have in the first place that comes to mind, and treehouse and beach. Yeah, you need to take that vacation. Vacation. You need to take that vacation, my babies. It's really calling to you. Some of you want to go somewhere hot, somewhere beachy, somewhere lovely, and others of you want to stay somewhere like in the woods, somewhere like with, you know, mountainscapes and just like an Airbnb cabin type thing. It's going to be really lovely for you, my darlings. It feels like you want to go with your family as well, and it's very exciting for you to be able to have the means to make that happen. That's going to be really, really, really exciting. It feels like that could be a surprise that you want to plan for like a holiday as well, is, you know, revealing to your loved ones that you're taking them on this trip. And there's a lot of really special memories made in that way, my darlings. It feels like the very first time, but it also feels like there is someone in... It doesn't feel like they're in your circle, my darlings. You have a very good circle. You're very well protected, very well looked after. But it feels like somebody just outside of that circle. So, you know, like a fucking great aunt or a friend's coworker or something. Someone who's like is aware of you, but really has no fucking business having any opinion on what you do or how you do it. But does that stop them from having that opinion? You bet it does not, my babies. Inner thighs, intimate space. My attention's being brought to freedom and liberation. So it feels like that person has just got their beans in a bitter blend, my loves, and that's fucked. People, you know, but when you're doing really well, when you've achieved a lot and people see where you stand after you've climbed, they don't recognize the climb, they just see where you're standing. And so any envious energy, my loves, any comments that people make that do not warrant any kind of positive reaction from you, you push it away. It's not for you, my loves. You are very proud of yourselves. I am very proud of you. Spirit is very proud of you. Your loved ones are very proud of you. You are in a wonderful place. Hold on to that energy, my darlings. Anyone that has anything shitty to say can just eat a bag of fish sticks. And if YouTube comes for me, I'll say that I was trying to say fish sticks and they can fuck off. But you're doing really, really well, my loves. Really fantastic. And things are going to keep getting better. And then things are going to plateau into a really good, really comfortable place. And that's, I feel like, the pinnacle for you. Like that is exactly what you want, is just steady and good and consistent. And that is what you will have, my darlings. And that's very, 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 very exciting. So it feels like the overall message for you was Spirit just like applauding. Just round of applause to be like, you're doing great, baby. Clicks camera. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Keep doing it. You're doing fantastic. And you're gonna be happy with it as long as you choose to go with it, my loves. And you deserve that happiness because you're wonderful, my darlings. Is there anything else? Oh my God, they give me a shiver and they tell me no. I'm hearing something about a gift. I heard it earlier. This, you know, they literally just told me there was nothing else, but I heard it earlier, and then I started talking about fish dicks, and I got distracted because that's, if I could describe myself in so many words. But it feels like there's a gift that you're wanting to purchase, and for some of you, it could be for a oh Jesus, sorry, a mother or a sibling or a grandparent, and others of you, it feels like it's something for you, and it feels like you're kind of on the fence about getting it, and Spirit's being like, get it, you can afford it, you can do it, go for it, my babies. Like, don't deprive yourselves, my loves. You did that for too long. You don't have to do that anymore. So yeah, go for it, my loves. But group number 2, my sweet, beautiful angels, I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment. I love to hear from you. I love to talk to you. I love you very much. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon, which have the extended 18 plus readings, as well as exclusive readings, monthly forecasts, so on and so forth. My Instagram, my Etsy store, and my email for more information on private readings are down in the description box below. I am so excited for you, my loves. You've done fantastic and will continue to do so. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you very, very much. Bye. Hello, 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 my beautiful loves. If you picked this gorgeous card, the Tribe, this is your reading on what the fuck are we talking about? On messages and predictions about your career. For some reason, while I was getting ready to do your reading, my loves, and I was literally just staring at your card, I could hear the sound of somebody being waxed. That it's a distinct sound, my darlings. It's a sound that I know all too well, and there is no denying that sound. But that like yeah, so some of you could have gotten waxed today. You could have booked an appointment to get waxed today, or you could have just recently gotten waxed for the first time. How did it go, babies? Feels like it went interestingly. Feels like you're not enjoying the sensations. Feels like there's some prickles happening that you're really not happy with. It's an acquired taste, my babies. We have the Star. And we have the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, this is beautiful. This is really nice. This is really, 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 really nice. 8 feels like an important number for you as well, my darlings. This is lovely. You are magic, my babies. You are absolutely fucking magic. You are the champions of manifesting, my loves. Literally, whatever. I'm hearing literally, so some of you could pronounce literally like literally. And that's literally fucking adorable. But it feels like whatever you want, you get. And that's double-sided because you are so hardworking. With the 8 of Pentacles, my loves, there is no fucking denying how hardworking you are. But 2, you're so hardworking and you're so wonderful and you're so good and you're so lovely that it's like the universe wants to just keep fucking giving to you, my babies. They want to keep giving to you. It's like, you want this? What if we do you one better? And what you get turns into something even more magnificent than you originally asked for. Because you're very humble people, my darlings. You're very sweet. You're very humble. You're very heart-centered. You're absolutely fucking lovely and gorgeous. And I adore you. You have a very good circle around you, my babies. Very good circle, very steady circle, very long-standing circle. You're very close to your families, and you have a very, very solid, very good friend group. And it feels like the friend group that you have has been a friend group that you've had for fucking ever. Forever. It's wonderful. It's very steady. It's very solid. The colors blue and green are very, very prevalent for you, my darlings. So you could be, oh, I'm getting everything, my loves. Oh, I'm getting everything. You could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could, oh, is that it? Yeah, that feels like the majority of you, or the energy thereof. But this is lovely. Okay, this is very exciting. Very exciting. I want to pull something. I want to pull this. I'm going to pull this because I want to pull this. There's a lot that's happening. There's a lot. Oh, I have to sneeze. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. I can't sneeze. I sneeze like Pikachu. No, 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 no. Hold it in. 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 Oh, God. Okay. No, keep it down. Keep it down. Keep it. Hold it together. Self mantra. Okay, there it is. Yeah. All right, my babies. What's happening? Okay. Oh no, I want to cry. What's happening? Okay. I felt her at the beginning, and I was like, that's interesting because that's not really what we're talking about, but that's fine because what we're talking about is whatever the fuck spirit has to tell us. So this is now what we're talking about. Dark thoughts also, I was picking up on that earlier, my darlings, where it feels like you're in a fantastic place. You are in a fantastic place, my darlings. Financially, my attention's being brought to the pyrite, which is fool's gold, and it just feels like it's like oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like No Face from Spirited Away. It's just like, it's just this, but like times 1,000, and it just keeps growing and growing and spilling. You have so much financial abundance in your space, my love. So much financial abundance, and you're wonderful with the energy of money. You are so generous and thoughtful and kind and giving and wonderful. I wish that I could hug you because your energy is fantastic, my babies. You are so warm and fuzzy and lovely. Maybe not fuzzy because we did get the waxing message earlier, but you're so warm and lovely. A lot of financial abundance. You are very generous with money. You are happy to give people money. You tip fucking fantastic, by the way, my loves. And that gets noticed very, very, very clearly. You are a favorite among the food delivery drivers in your area, I will say. But you're very, very, very aware of the energetic flow of money. And to be so generous with it, charities as well, my darlings. You're very, 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 very fantastic with charities. Very important causes, especially to do with charities focused around mental illness is very important to you, my darlings, and you're making a lot of really positive impacts on a lot of people's lives through what you do with those charities. And it feels like because you're so good with money, it constantly comes back to you, my loves, in a way that makes you feel very humble and almost unworthy. And you are not unworthy, and we're going to talk about that because you are worth everything and more, my sweet, beautiful darlings. And that's hard for you to grasp. That's a hard concept for you to grasp, my loves, because you're so humble and you are sweet and angelic and lovely. And you always feel when you get something that you then owe something in return. And no, my beautiful darlings, that's not the case. I am so fucking hot right now. The energy be crazy. Okay, so yeah, you work very hard. You work very hard. You're very creative. You're very passionate. You're very original. You are fucking leaders in what you do, my loves. And it feels as though what you do is incredibly unique. Like with this Eight of Pentacles energy, you couldn't fucking pay me to tell you what the hell she's doing, but she's doing a great job. And that, and that's what, if, sorry. That's what it feels like you're doing, my darlings. I can see here that I don't know what that is. There's books and okay. Some of you are writers, or you really, 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 really want your full-fledged career to be writers. There is definitely a lot of attention on you, my loves, with the star energy and deserving here as well. There's a lot, especially here. Okay, yes, it's okay. So much happening. You work online. You have a lot of attention, a lot of viewership online, a lot of focus on you online, but what you do is online based. And you really, really like what you do, my babies. You really, 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 really like what you do. But there's a but. There's a but, isn't there, my loves? You know there's a but. I know there's a but. We both have butts, so anyway, yeah, you're in a kind of stuck place a little bit, my loves. You're kind of at like not a turning point. It's not a turning point because you're able to continue doing what you do and making that shmoney, my babies, and maintaining the recognition. But I will say the recognition can feel daunting. It's nice. The validation is nice, but it's daunting as fuck. And there's more that you want out of life. And it feels like sometimes you can feel guilty admitting that to yourself, because it's like, well, I should be grateful for where I am. And you are, my babies. You are tremendously grateful for where you are and for what you've achieved and for what you have. And you would not trade it for anything. You would not trade the experience for anything. The financial security, the success, what you have, you wouldn't want it different. But you want something a little bit different, and that's okay. That is okay, my babies. It is okay to do what you do for as long as you've done it, which it still feels relatively new. I'm hearing 1 to 3 years for the majority of you. But it feels like you want more. You want more, and you want different, and you feel a little bit stuck, my loves, in what you do. And that makes a lot of sense, considering I feel as though you have this, this online position with a lot of viewership. My throat chakra too is acting a little fucked up, my darling. So it feels like you talk a lot for a living. I'm also hearing a lot of different voices. So you could be either very good at impressions, or you could be voice actors, or you could be singers. Or you could reach like an internet, well, that would make sense. The internet goes fucking everywhere. An international audience, or my wrist just shattered. Or you could work for a company that's based in a different country, or a company that's based internationally. Like, they're all over, they're sprinkled. And it feels like that company aspect really fucking aggravates you, my loves. I'm hearing, every time I say company, I could hear you be like, ugh. And I get it, my babies, I get it. And so you feel a little bit stuck. Jesus Christ. Stuck. And you want different. And it feels like it feels like you get in your head a little bit, my darlings, and you're a little bit worried that you've kind of deprived yourself in some way, because there's more out of life that you want. You want this, my babies. You want this. You want this. You want your true love. That's something. You want a loving relationship. You want your fucking tribe. You want your family. I feel like family is a really important thing. Some of you desperately need a dog. You yearn for a fuzzy little puppy. And it feels like, you're worried that you've kind of cornered yourself into this position of a lot of success and a lot of joy and so much that's wonderful about it, my loves. I'm talking a lot of shit, but it's wonderful, and you're doing fantastic, and you're as successful as you are because of who you are and what you do, my loves. I need to make that very clear, because the imposter syndrome can sneak up sometimes, my loves, and I will not accept that in this house. Not for you, my loves. You are too fantastic. And it feels like, these things that you want, it's like, well, how do I get them? One, because of what you do for a living, it feels like you have like fever dreams of going on a first date with somebody and then being like, what do you do for a living? And you being like, and then, if you are open about it, because you're very open, authentic, and honest people, my loves, what if they judge you for it? What if they don't accept it? What if they think it's strange? If they do, fuck them, because you're wonderful, and what you do is wonderful, and it's part of who you are, and it encompasses all of the different aspects of what makes you so wonderful. You're funny, you're talented, you're creative, you're fucking brilliant, my loves. You are so fucking smart. You discredit yourself for how smart you are a lot. Not in my house, babies. Not here. No. And so if people don't value it, if they don't accept it, if they judge you for it, they can eat rocks. They can fuck right off. I'm sorry, I couldn't stop at eat rocks. I had to go another level. And it feels like, or you're worried because you have this recognition, because you have this fan base, etc., so on and so forth. You have these eyes on you that it's like, it feels fucking daunting enough just on your own. It's like, would it be fair to, in some way, whether a small degree or larger degree, expose the person I love, my partner, to that? Why did I say partner like that? The pop was crazy. And other worries. You have a lot of worries. You stay awake very late at night thinking very, 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 very busy thoughts, my loves. Very busy thoughts. You can fucking weave a labyrinth with those thoughts, can't you, my babies? And others of you are afraid that that you won't be able to like have time for this person and this partnership, or maintain this person or this partnership. And other fears don't just pertain to this, it pertains to like, I don't want to do this forever. And that's an intimidating thing to think, my darlings, because again, it brings you back to like, well, I should be grateful. And you are, my babies. You are fantastically grateful, my loves. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful energy to be grateful, but it is okay to want more for yourself, my loves. You have passions that really drive you. I'm seeing writing, I'm seeing film, I'm seeing voice acting. I feel like some of you have a dream to voice act like a animated feature film or an anime or a video game, a particular franchise that's very important to you. Some of you could want to write or direct your own movie as well, or your own like series or some such. You have these passions that are so important to you, and it's like, what if I don't get to have that now? No. Hard no. Hard, firm, throbbing no. No. Just to know is fine. No, no. Because I see you having what you want, my darlings. I see you having what you want, and it's daunting in its own way, my babies. But I see you being very successful at what you truly want, and being very content with what you truly want. And the phase that you're in now is wonderful, my loves. It is wonderful. It does have its trials. It feels as though, especially mentally, it's been very taxing on you. And especially in the last 3 to 6 months, my darlings, it's really, really, really worn down on you. And I feel like that's kind of been your confirmation of like, okay, perhaps I can't do this forever. And it feels like the people you work with are quite either quite immature or quite a bit younger than you. And so they don't have that's difficult, because how do you talk through that if you don't really have people who can kind of fully understand the way that you're feeling or what you're going through, my loves? It does feel as though in the last year to 18 months, you have met a new connection through your work. I've a good friend who has a very good understanding of what you're going through. Not exactly what you're going through, but a better understanding than most, and offers a very good listening ear. Because you are the types of people, my darlings, you cannot settle in this place. It's very, 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 very aggravating to be in this place. You have to talk through your emotions and your thoughts and your feelings, and that's fantastic, my loves. That's very important to do, to not just settle in this overthinking and in this labyrinth tangled web, but to talk through it, my darlings. And you're gonna have everything that you want, my darlings. You're going to have this. I feel this person, like the fact that this fucking card, along with deserving, came through in this type of reading, along with the star, which is wishes coming true, my loves, and the fact that she's clutching her heart, and the wishes coming through there. You are getting your person, my loves, quite quickly as well. April to June feel very significant for this connection. And then we have deserving, my loves. You're deserving of all of the things that you want, and you're not holding yourself back at all, my loves. You are in the phase that you are in now, and it is a good phase as long as you would like it to be. And when you transition to something different, that's going to be hugely successful for you as well, my loves, because you're deserving of it, because you're capable of it, because you're so fucking everything. You're unique, you're talented, you're original, you're creative, you're everything, my babies, and you deserve these wonderful things. It feels as though I feel like you worry. But what am I pulling? What am I pulling? What am I pulling? Okay, I want to pull. No, I don't. What the fuck am I pulling? Okay, I'll pull this. It feels like you're worried that you're going to like have to meet somebody through your work, which you don't want, because it's like, well, then they'll understand what I do, but there's nobody at your work that like you would. Oh, come on now, babies. This person's coming on strong, my babies. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. There's no one at your work that you would like to. That's good. Okay. That you would like to be in a romantic relationship with. So that's yeah, that's who we're bringing in, babies. That's who we're bringing in. But no one at your work that you would like to be in a romantic relationship with. But it's like, if not them, then who? And you don't want to date one of your viewers because you're like, nope. And it just feels like you're so surrounded by so much younger energy that it kind of makes you sometimes. It's a back and forth. Either you feel like you match their energy perfectly and you're like, oh, I'm immature, or you feel just too out of the loop with them and kind of displaced. What is oh, that's Rowan's hair. And kind of displaced from that, and that can be kind of unsettling, my loves. And it feels like you're in this kind of uncomfortable, restless state where you want something different, you want change, you don't know how to get it because you don't actually fully right now want to leave what you're doing, but you're so worried about time, my loves. Time doesn't matter. You don't need to achieve anything by a certain time. If you have people around you who are doing certain things, even if they're things that you really want at a certain time and you're not, that doesn't mean that they're not for you, my loves. It just means that the timelines are different, my babies, and that's okay. That's perfectly normal. You are bringing somebody in so fucking strongly, my loves. The Five of Pentacles is a signifier for me in romantic relationships, especially, that someone is coming into who is offering comfort and warmth and kindness and love, and they are going to become a fucking safe haven in the form of a person to you, my loves. They felt very, very, very strongly intuitive, very psychic, I will say quite witchy. And then with the moon, we got confirmation of that, my loves. But with the Four of Wands, feels like roses are going to be an important signifier for you, my loves, as well as 1111. You're going to start seeing a lot. And then the Six of Wands as well. Like, come on, my babies. Come on, my babies. That's love. This is love, love, love. And it feels like you do meet them through your work, but not directly. So you don't work with them. They aren't like a fan of yours initially. Eventually, yes, the number one fan, but not initially. It feels like what you do is what leads you to them. So someone that you work with or that views you could, bring up this person or could bring your attention to this person. In some way, it does feel as though, yeah, this with true love, like, this is fucking soulmate, my babies. But it also feels as though there is an element of distance, and you meet online initially. So they have this, they're doing something online, my babies. They are doing something online. They see you very fucking clearly, very clearly. Dreams are a very big deal for this connection. That's really how you two link up a lot. And I do mean what I just said in several different connotations. And yeah, they're like, she feels very, very close, my loves. Like, she's standing directly in front of us, and that's what this connection feels like. And I cannot, especially with the Ace of Swords, they're coming in very fast, my babies. And this is a person who, you're so soft and lovely, my darlings. This is a person who is going to value and appreciate and adore all of the truest aspects of who you are. You do not need to put on any kind of face with this person, my loves. You do not need to put on any kind of performance. And it feels like that's something you feel like you have to do a lot because you're a very, 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 very layered person. Much like Shrek with his onion, you're very I will die on the hill that the Shrek analogies always hit in a psychic reading. You can't take them away from me. I won't let you. But you're a very layered person, and there's so much to you that it feels like sometimes you feel misunderstood a lot, my loves. You don't feel fully seen a lot, and that can be troubling. It can be troubling to not feel as though you're being seen in your authentic self when you are such an authentic person, my loves. And it feels like that stems from, you being so multifaceted that people who don't understand the depth of who you are can be kind of thrown off and can make it about them and be like, well, what is this now? Why are you doing this? Because you were just, the silly, goofy person 10 minutes ago, and now you're being all philosophical. What the fuck am I looking at? And, you were just making some pretty brash jokes before, and now you're, sensitive over there. Like, it's just, fuck them. They don't, fuck off. Go away. This person sees you in all of the different aspects of who you are, and they fucking love that person, my loves. This is a very strong, very beautiful attraction. This is a lifetime partner. This is the person that you marry if that is something important to you, and I feel as though it is. This is the person you have a family with as well. Coming in very quickly. But it feels like that's coming up because it's confirmation that you aren't preventing that from happening, my loves. So the phase that you're in now, especially with the Eight of Pentacles, we got the Eight of Pentacles twice. Ooh. Confirmations, my babies. Confirmations. It feels like you are in not necessarily a transitional phase, but a really kind of deeply introspective phase. And it feels like the next year especially, there's going to be a lot of thinking and a lot of, so nothing, you're not leaving what you do, excuse me, little Rose, immediately, but you're thinking about, where you want what you're doing to lead you. Where do you want to be in, 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 25, 36 years. And emotions are running high at the bottom of the deck, my loves. Nothing is yet set in stone. Your hard work is paying off. A time for healing, and the answers you need are coming. So, you are very hardworking, my babies. I cannot say that enough. You are fucking dedicated. Your hard work is paying off. Feels like that's in so many different aspects. What you're doing and what you're successful at, you will continue to be more successful at, my darlings. You are achieving great things, greater things than you even know. You have really great projects on the go, really exciting things happening beneath the surface, my loves. But it also feels like it pertains to the things that matter to you. What you really, really want for yourself, you will have, my loves. Nothing is yet set in stone. You could be mutable signs as well, my darlings. So Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius, or a lot of Earth. A lot of Earth in this group, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. It feels like Gemini somebody's tugging on my ear. The person you're attracting feels very, very Gemini, as well as it's a soulmate connection. It is a soulmate connection, and with one person's eye closed and one person open, it feels like this person's so fucking psychic that they're fully aware of you. You haven't met them yet, though, my loves. And the answers you need are coming in the next year as you go through the kind of ebbs and flows of visualizing where you want to be, planning that out, doing a lot of deep thinking, and recognizing, that the restlessness you feel is call for change in some way. It doesn't need to be full. It doesn't need to be instant. It doesn't need to be drastic, but just baby steps. Baby steps, my darlings, and it's gonna go really, really well. And it feels like right now your focus is meant to be continually on yourself and on your some of you are like, well, that's all I have to focus on. I know they're coming, my babies. They're coming. Don't worry. Don't worry, my loves. It's happening. It's happening very strongly without a shadow of a doubt. This person really likes to play with your hair. But also, you're doing really well, my loves. You have started going to counseling. You have started new medications. You have started new physical or nutrition regimes, new vitamin regimes. You're doing a lot for yourselves, my darlings. It feels as well in the last 2 months, especially in the month that you see this, you're feeling very tired. You're feeling very tired. You're feeling very restless. You're having a really hard time, this feels very difficult for you because you're such hard workers, my loves. You're having a hard time working. You're having a hard time getting motivated to work, or you'll work and then it just fucking drains the life out of you. And you're being called to rest a lot, but that's hard for you. It's hard for you to settle in a period of rest. It's hard for you to not feel guilty about, missing work or any such else. And it's about you, my loves. It is about you. You need to be giving back to yourself in the way that you give to so many people, because you put your heart and soul into everything you do, your work included, my loves, and you give to so many people and you give so much of yourself to people that you need to give back to yourself. And it feels like as you get farther into that phase of giving back to yourself, of maintaining your boundaries, of not making yourself feel guilty for, needing to rest or needing to take time off, or for when you get sick, or for anything else. And as you settle into that and as you care for yourself deeply, because the person you're attracting, my loves, the person who is heading towards you is a very, very, very nurturing person, very caring, very loving, and is sure as hell a person who, if you were sick, would make sure that you get your rest and that you're well taken care of, my loves. They wouldn't accept you hopping out of bed and sniffling and coughing and hacking your way into your office to do your work. They'd be like, no, baby, kiss you on the forehead, you turn that cute butt right back around and you head back into bed. I'll be in there in a minute to give you cuddles and kisses. No, my heart. And so it feels like that's part of the phase that you're in, and how you're, attracting this person, because they're very much watching over you, my loves. In the ethers, they are very much watching over you. They are nurturing you in every way that they can, and it feels as though that's manifesting in you being called to do that for yourselves, my loves, even if it's difficult, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's unfamiliar. And for a lot of you, it feels like it is. And then once you're in that phase, my loves, wha-bam, this person pops into your lives. And it feels like you resting and kind of taking a bit more time away from work is how you discover this person, because you have more time to yourself. You have more time to, look at your comments or your social medias and your so on and what have yous. And then this person just pops into your life, my loves, and it's wonderful and it's beautiful. I will say, though, you're so sweet and gentle and soft that this person does intimidate the shit out of you, because you adore them instantly. You're so attracted to them. You're so pulled in. You're so drawn in. Of course you are. They're your soulmates, my loves. But they also do have very, 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 very psychic, witchy moon energy about them, my darlings. And they can kind of intimidate you. Even though you really want to talk to them, you really want to, reach out to them, you really want to communicate with them, you're so lovely and soft and gentle and darling, my loves. You are wonderful, wonderful people. It does feel as though there's a bit of intimidation initially. Yeah, babies, come on. We have Seal, hard work and inspiration are the foundation of true creativity. Wolf, listen to your inner wisdom and enjoy the gift of freedom. These confirmations are crazy, babies. Raven, listen to your intuition to receive a message from the world of spirit. And Wild Horse, speak your passion aloud and defend those whom you love in word and deed. Bottom of the deck energy is Bear, nurture creativity and return to the sweetness of life. You're very good huggers, my loves. Very good cuddlers, I will say. What am I missing? Okay. Oh, no, fuck. Okay, hang on. So confirmation after confirmation, my babies. You're really going to achieve a lot of great things with what you do, my loves. What you do now, you're achieving greatness with, have achieved greatness. You're very much a leader, very looked up to in doing what you do. You have really made a name for yourself. You inspire a lot of people. There's a little bit of envy around you, but that is to be expected, my darlings, when you're so successful and original and creative and unique. But what you want to do in the long run, you're going to achieve a lot of success with as well, my darlings. Trusting your intuition in regards to yourselves as well, my loves. You're very intuitive. You don't recognize how intuitive you are. You are very intuitive. And so when you feel, hi, baby. Hello, sleepy girl. When you feel called to rest, you don't need to convince yourself or anybody else that you're worthy of that rest. You just trust yourself. Listening to your body, especially, my loves, which is something I feel like you struggle with. You have very fucked up sleep schedules, I will say, my darlings. And it feels like, okay. All right. It feels like that it's kind of necessary because of the work that you do. You work in different time zones, but also I feel as though the person who's coming towards you is in a different time zone, so it kind of works out in that way as well. But make sure you're getting enough sleep, my babies. Also enough water. You do not drink enough water. And Raven, listen to your intuition to receive a message from the world of spirit. One feels like it confirms this beautiful witchy psychic person that's coming in hot, my babies. Ravens are also blackbirds, big sign for this connection. They also really resonate with crows and crows and ravens and blackbirds and wolves especially. But I feel like they remind you of a seal. They're really cute. They're really cute, and I feel like they have a really, really lovely like squish to them. They're very soft and lovely and beautiful. They're also fiercely protective of you. You ever fucked with a seal? You ever try and fuck with a seal's loved one? They'll wreck your shit. They will lay you out. They'll fucking destroy you. And that's with the wolf. And like, come on, my babies. This person's very, very, very protective of you. Very loving towards you. They are everything that you are worthy of, my loves. Everything that you are worthy of, and it's really, really, really exciting. Something you're getting better at, my loves, I will say, is speaking your authentic truth. And that's very hard for you. You're a very authentic, very honest person. Do not misunderstand me, my loves. You're very authentic, very honest. But when especially in matters of like, if you need to take time off work, if you need to take a break, if you need to take a rest, if you need to defend yourself in any way, that is something that has never really come easy for you, and you're doing that more authentically lately, and it is going well for you, and I'm very proud of you, and this person's very proud of you, and spirit as a whole is very proud of you. You feel a very strong heart connection to this person, my loves. Very strong heart connection. You're going to get a lot of synchronicities that this person is close to you. The number 8 as well is a very important number for this connection. And it feels like the very first time. It also feels like you're going to be dreaming about this person a lot in 1 to 2 months before you connect with them. And it's a really lovely relationship. And do not worry about taking things slowly, my loves, because it feels like that's not something you're really used to doing in romantic relationships. It does feel like a lot of you have been single for quite some time. This person as well feels like they've been single for quite some time. And it feels like, you know, being who you are now and doing what you do, there's kind of no instruction manual for how to navigate a relationship. This way. And it feels like, you know, you kind of have to feel it out. So it does feel like initially things go slower than you're used to. And that's okay. That's okay, my babies. That's okay, because this person, it feels as though you're very extroverted, my loves. You're very extroverted. You are very vivacious. You are very, very bubbly wubbly, and lovely and jovial and sweet and playful and fun. And this person is sweet and playful and fun and jovial as well, but they are extremely introverted, which is very interesting because I see you as being quite shy in romantic endeavors, especially when you're very, very into somebody. And you are very into this person when you come across them, my loves, and it feels like um you do get intimidated, you do get quite shy. So this person actually is the one to approach you, which is so fucking far out of the realm of their comfort zone. But they do it. They do it for you because you're worth it, my loves. And I feel like they are so intuitive that they know it's what you need. So it's very interesting that you're the extrovert, but they have to approach you, and then you just have to be willing to accept it, my darlings. Committed. This is a lifelong partnership. This is a person who fits you perfectly, or who you fit perfectly, depending on how that goes. Hey, baby. But who fits into your life perfectly, and fits all of the. It's such a beautiful match for all of the different aspects of your energy and who you are as a person, my loves. The silly side, the goofy side, the playful side, the serious side, the loving side, the every fucking aspect of who you are, this person matches. Not to say that you're both like exactly the same, you're not. But you match each other very well. Very much this energy. There's, you know, the lock and the key, and it's like there's only one key that can fit that lock. And only one lock that key can open, and you two find each other, and it's very beautiful. Feathers as well are big signifiers for you, my loves, from spirit, big confirmations when this person is close by, or you're close to connecting with them. Don't make plans. This person surprises the shit out of you. They literally just drop from the sky into your lap, my loves. Just kaboomba. And it's lovely. It is lovely how perfect it plays out, because it is something that I feel you've been worried about for quite some time, my loves. I feel like you're very into acting, very talented actors. Improv especially feels like a big thing for you. You very much love movies. You very much love storytelling. You're very invested in telling stories. You're very imaginative, very creative people. You do live across the water from this person, my loves. They're not super close by, but they will be. You have a lot of fun in this connection. You have a lot of fun in this connection with this person. Fun that you have forgotten how to have. You have a lot of fun on the daily. You're very fun people, but to have a partner who you love and who loves you unconditionally, and to have every day be fun and exciting and an adventure to look forward to, is a really special thing, my darlings. You're very creative people. Very, very, very creative people. You two become muses for each other. What you both want to do in the long run with your lives is very similar. Not identical, but very similar. And there's a lot of passion in this connection. Creative passion, but also like passion, you know what I'm saying, babies? I'm hearing that it's really important for you to, because you feel like film buffs, my loves. You feel you're into the cinematography. And it feels like one of your pet peeves is when you're watching something, because you become enthralled with what you're watching, my loves. Like, you recognize it all. You focus on the dialogue. You focus on the lighting. You focus on the background music. You're aware of everything in what you're watching, my loves. I'm very into this today. There's a lot of this. And one of your biggest pet peeves, and I think something you're actually you're so cute. Something you're very afraid of is connecting with somebody who is stunning and sweet and charming and lovely and who you adore, but then you sit to watch a movie with them, or you go to the movies. I'm hearing cinema specifically. And you are watching something with them, and they talk through the movie. And or the worse, they like ask questions like, who's that? Why are they saying that? Where'd they come from? And that's something that like it makes you itchy. It freaks you out so bad. You wouldn't stand for it. This is this is not something that this person does. This person is your perfect movie and show watching partner, my loves. Psychic as fuck. You two are so soul connected. So soul connected. They are more consciously tapped into their intuition, my darlings, but you two are so fucking aware of each other. So aware of each other. This person loves to kiss your forehead and the top of your head as well. Sacral chakra, a lot of creativity in this connection, but a lot of passion as well, my loves. But passion that matches your energy in a perfect way. And I feel like that's not something that comes very easily. If there's a person with an Adam's apple in this connection, there's a very prominent Adam's apple that I'm seeing. You love all of this person, but I will say you do love their body as well. What is happening to this reading? This was supposed to be about career, but you know what? It is, because you're worried that your career is going to deprive you from the things that are very important to you, that you want very much. And this is confirmation that that is not happening. This person loves to hold your hand. My left ear is ringing so loud, my babies. Ooh. This person loves holding your hands. There is a difference in the size of your hands quite significantly, my loves. Food is a very important aspect of this relationship as well. You both spend a lot of time in the kitchen. You both go out to eat a lot. You two just match each other so perfectly. And they're coming in so clearly and so strongly, my loves. And it feels like they're being really encouraging to you in the ethers. It's like, you know, keep doing what you're doing, my loves. Take care of yourselves primarily. You will always come first. You're like, not on my watch. Not on theirs either, babies. You will always come first. You will always come as a priority, and your work is good. It is good, my babies. It is content. It is giving you what you need. You are having fun doing it most of the time. Certainly more fun than any other job you've ever had. But it does feel as though all of the dreams that you want for yourself, that you envision for yourself, you will have as well, my darlings. You do not need to be afraid that they are out of reach. You do not need to be afraid that you are pushing them away by doing what you do, because no. Because no, babies, it's just as simple as that. That's not what's happening. You're going to have this person there coming in very strongly, my love. So stay grounded. Take care of yourselves. You're doing really well. You're doing really well, my babies. And there's a lot of pride around you. I'm very proud of you. This person's very proud of you. I hope you're very proud of you, my loves, because you certainly deserve the pride that surrounds you, my darlings. You're doing really great things. This is a really cozy connection. Really cozy, really lovely. You're not apart for very long, my loves. You move in together very quickly, and it's just such a lovely connection. It's so lovely. So much talking, so much cuddling, so much fun, so much laughing. It's a best friend based soulmate lovers connection. It's really wonderful. I'm really excited for you. This person makes things lighter for you as well. It feels like sometimes you can bear the weight of the world on your shoulders, my loves. You take on a lot. You take on a fucking ton. Too much, my babies. And this person really helps to make it lighter in every way they can. They really are really excited to come into your life and offer every help and comfort in the physical that they can, because they're doing as much as they can right now in spirit. And I feel like that's why in the last 6 months to a year especially, you've been called to make a lot of positive changes in your life, my loves. And also perhaps why you're feeling a little bit antsy and really kind of introspective in regards to your work lately. But I promise you, my darlings, everything that you want is coming to you, because that is what you're worthy of, my loves. You're worthy of the world, and the universe really wants to give that to you, my babies, because you're just so fucking fantastic. Is there anything else? Oh shit. They give me a shiver and they tell me no. Sweet, beautiful, darling group number 3. I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. That is so exciting. That is that's a really fucking cool message to come through so strongly in a reading that's meant to be about career. But it does feel as though that's kind of the most pressing thoughts you have pertaining to career. Like you're happy enough, you're making really good money, but it's like, okay, There's a lot of what ifs that you think about, my darlings, because that's you think about the what ifs. You think about the past, you think about the what ifs. And so you got the answers for the what ifs. And I hope that you enjoyed that, my babies. That's really exciting. Really, really, really exciting. I love the energy of you and this person and this connection as a whole. And you deserve it. You deserve good things. You deserve good things. You deserve the strength, love, and protection and affection of this person coming towards you, my loves. This badass moon energy. They have a dog as well. Oh, fuck. But I hope you enjoyed that, my darlings. If you did, please feel free to let me know. I love to talk to you. I love to hear from you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. I didn't mean to throw that. All of my links for what I do. Patreon, that has the 18 plus extended readings, as well as exclusive readings, monthly forecasts, and what have you. My Instagram, my Etsy store, and my email for more information on private readings are down in the description box below. I always feel like there's something else that I'm missing before I say the ending stuff, but I don't think so. But thank you so much for being here with me, my darlings. I am very excited for you, and I love you very, very much. Bye. Hello, 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 my beautiful loves. If you picked this gorgeous card, Loyal Heart, this is your reading on messages and predictions pertaining to your career. We have the Emperor, baby, and then we have the Page of Wands. Okay, so there's some fucking exciting stuff going on right now, my babies. This is interesting. This is interesting. Okay, I want to pull some more cards, but I will say that off the bat, I'm getting certain similar vibes to pile 3 in some ways, not always. More individualistic, but okay, yeah, confirmation right there, my babies. We got that card in pile number 3 as well. Okay, planning and action along with the Emperor. Babies. I want to pull one more, actually. I lied. I want to pull 2 more. Okay, this is very, very, very fucking interesting. Okay, so Emperor energy, my loves. This is gorgeous. You are doing really well at work, my loves. Really well. You are so hugely successful. You are the idea people. You have constant ideas. You're constantly planning. You are so fucking creative and brilliant. You're go-getters. But it does feel as though there is a bit of a I don't want to say a fear, like a kind of back of the mind worry that pops up sometimes for you, my darlings, that you are going to be replaced, or there's somebody who's going to like dethrone you at what you do, because it does feel as though what you do, it feels very different now from the way it did when you started. And it could be that you started with a company that, you know, when you started was much smaller and has now grown hugely, and you are very much to credit that success, my darlings. But then with that growth comes, you know, more competition, more, you know, more people who can, it feels like there's a lot of imitation of what you do. There's a lot of people who, it's difficult because it's like, it doesn't feel as fun anymore. What you do doesn't feel as fun for you. And at one point it was very fun. And now you know, it was a really, really, really good energy in your company and what you did. And now it's kind of like, okay, I don't really know, you know, who I can trust, who's really my friend, who's just looking, you know, who's just clout chasing. etc., etc. And there's this kind of like, there's a lot of like anxiety now in what you do, my loves, where that wasn't the case before. And you're not as satisfied. You don't feel as satisfied doing what you're doing anymore, my loves, which is unfortunate, because again, at one point you really loved it. And you do, in a lot of ways, still love it. You love what it has provided for you. There's a lot of financial security, my loves. Money seems to just flow to you effortlessly in doing what you do. A lot of opportunities have come your way, a lot of connections, a lot of friendships, a lot of success, a lot of recognition, a lot of validation. There's a lot that's been really good that has come from this job, my darlings, and for that you are extremely grateful. But it feels, it's okay, yeah. There's some similarities to group number 3, if you felt called to group number 3, my darlings. But it feels like, there's kind of, in the last 6 months or so, you've kind of, started to want to think about like the future. And, is this somewhere you would want to stay? And is this something, you would want to maybe move past from? And if you did, what would that look like? There's a lot of kind of pros and cons in either direction, because on the one hand, it's like, well, the very, 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 very successful financial aspect, the connections, the validation, the friendships that you've made in doing what you do, the freedom in a lot of ways that you have in doing what you do. Oh, Jesus. It feels like you can work from anywhere. It feels like, for the most part, you can take time off as you see fit. We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. We have the Moon. Okay, we're getting a lot of similar cards. Fuck. To group number these are all similar. Okay, for 6 of Wands, 4 of Wands to end up on top of true love. Babies, what is happening? These are all the same cards. These are all the same cards. What is happening? What is happening? Okay. Okay, so yes, what you do is very special to you. It's very important to you. And you're very protective over what you do, and you do what you do for a really, really, really great reason, my loves. A really, really, really fantastic reason. We have 4 and 4 and 8 here, big numbers for you, as well as and 3 and 5 make 8 as well, my darlings, which were big numbers for group number 3. It also feels like some of you could be 35 at the time that you're watching this, my darlings. But yes, you're very protective over what you do, and you do it for a good reason. There's a lot of creativity in what you do. There's a lot of drive. You're very, very hardworking in all aspects of what you do, my darlings. You're very driven. And so in a lot of ways that fits with this job, because it's very much like self-driving. No, that means something different now than what I'm interpreting it as. Self-driving, it doesn't drive itself. You have to drive it. So not self-driving. Manual pushcarting. And there's this kind of protective worry that like the people that are coming into your company as it grows are not there for the right reasons, are not there for as authentic a reason as you are, my darlings. You don't sleep a lot at night, my babies. You are up very late at night. And so you kind of, yeah, your creativity feels like it's flowing really, really well lately after kind of a standstill, but it's like, okay, it's really hard for you to put your creativity in a satisfactory way in what you're doing. It's kind of like your creativity wants to expand elsewhere, my loves, and creativity is something that really drives you. You're a very creative person. Very interestingly, for the second reading today, reading number 3 as well, there is a very, 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 very strong romantic connection coming in. And okay. And that's very interesting because it doesn't feel as though you've met this person yet. It feels like you're just about to meet them, but it also feels like, and like group number 3, it feels like you meet them online and there is an element of distance between you, but also, especially with here, it feels like this I'm seeing, and I know it's like a path, but I'm seeing it as water. And so like you're over here and then the water and then they're over here. It also feels like you could live, or this person could live in a place with like kind of castle-ish buildings like this. Yeah. And I'm hearing a clock tower as well. I don't know why my throat just gave out like a prepubescent boy. I don't know. It's late. I really wanted to do this reading, and then I watched a scary movie right before doing it, and it was very scary. It was a very, very, very scary movie. It spooked me good, but it was terrible. It was such a bad fucking movie. Oh my god, it was awful. The acting in it, which I was grateful for because it was so scary that the horrific acting really took me out of it. And I was like, okay, this is fine. And then I'd get jump scared again. And then someone would say something with all of the wrong inflections. And I'd be like, okay, I'm okay. But then I was like, I should film a reading. I'm scared. I'm spooked. Okay, so it feels like this person coming into your life, my darlings, is in all ways very wonderful. We have these two cards, the Four of Wands and the Six of Wands. So this is a very deep, very romantic connection with loyal heart. This is a soulmate connection for sure, babies. And it also feels like this is a person who really inspires you. You very much respect this person and really look up to them. They are very, 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 very sure of themselves. They are very self-sufficient. They are self-makers, self-achievers, self-starters. They are entrepreneurs. They are much in the way that I feel you are in a lot of ways too, my darlings. But this person feels really fearless. Very fearless, very, very, very confident in themselves. And that's something that you really look up to because you, my darlings, work so hard and really, really, really achieve everything that you achieve with yourselves and your greatness and your talent and your brilliance and your creativity, but you have a hard time crediting yourself in that way. And it feels like this person coming forward, my darlings, really makes sure that you credit yourself in that way, but also inspires you to have that same sureness and certainty of yourself, my darlings. And it feels as though the sureness and the certainty that they encourage you to have allows you in the next, I want to say 3 to 5 years, to branch out from what you're currently doing and to achieve what you really want to, your dream, your full dream, because what you're doing now is wonderful. It's very exciting. It's very fun. It brings in fantastic money, but it is not your dream, my loves. And you, my darlings, in this lifetime especially, I will say, are going to achieve your dreams. You're going to have your dreams come true, my darlings, in all ways, in what you do for a living, in where you live, in the person that you're with, and in the family and environment that you have around you, my darlings. You are going to achieve that because you are worthy of that. This person treats you like fucking royalty, by the way. I will say this person adores you through and through. This person also sees you very clearly. Truly as you are. You can be everything that you are with this person. You do not have to hide any part of who you are with this person. This person understands you fully as well, my darlings. You do not have to explain yourself to this person, and I feel like that's something that you find yourselves having to do a lot in all different facets of your life, in all different connections, my darlings. It feels like you find yourselves having to explain yourselves, or having to apologize for things that you don't need to apologize for, my darlings. And that is not the case with this person, my darlings. And they make that very clear to you, my loves, in a very, very, very beautiful way. This is a very sweet connection. Very lovely. This person is very gentle. This person is very loving towards you. This person really, really, really adores you. We have your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. I knew it. I saw it. I felt it. I knew it. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so good. A new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra, and luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. Oh, my babies. Bottom of the deck energy is you're very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. This person's very close to you, my loves. You, my sweet, beautiful darlings, are absolutely fucking fed up with being single. You're over it. You're done with it. You're over and sick and tired of it. And you want a connection. You want that aspect of your life because career is fulfilled and it's good and it's fine and it's great, but you really, 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 really want your romantic connection, my loves. And it feels like, much like group number 3, sometimes you're worried that what you do for a living is in some way, grand or small, preventing a romantic connection, true and authentic romantic connection, because that's what you're looking for, my loves. You're not I was about to say something. You're not tiptoeing around it. You what does pussyfooting even mean? You aren't doing that around it. Instead, you want the real deal, real person, real authentic, true, good connection that is forever lasting, my loves. And sometimes if you think too hard about it, you worry that that is an unachievable goal for you. It is not. There are seldom who are more deserving of a connection to this degree than you, my loves. And it's so fucking clear. It is so clear. This person is very, very strongly intuitive because they showed me this card right off the bat. And they were like, no, I'm coming in. I'm coming in. Get ready. Here we go. You feel so much gratitude for knowing this person, so much gratitude for this connection. You don't have to pretend with this person, my loves. And I feel like sometimes you're very authentic and very genuine, but it feels like sometimes there are aspects of yourself that you have to hide, or other aspects that you have to highlight to make the others like dimmer. And that's not the case with this person. There are so many synchronicities between this group and group 3, because this person sees you as you are and wants to see you as you are, because that is the version of you that they love, the true authentic version, my loves. Sloth, consider the smallest of your needs and treasure what you possess. Red squirrel, gather your resources now, for they will sustain you through coming change. Orangutan, working to live joyously, not living to work. Oh, babies. Oh, babies. That is a big fucking one for you. I feel like you also really like monkeys, but also that's a big one. Working to live joyously, not living to work is a big fucking deal for you, my babies. And B, hard work is rewarded with responsibility and a sweetness that is shared. Dolphin, tune into the rhythm of your breath to find stillness and patience. Where do you want to go? Bison, recognize the riches of the past and the abundance of the present. Fuck, sorry, it's late. I'm sleepy. Okay, so, yeah. It feels like B, hard work is rewarded with fuck me. Hard work is rewarded with responsibility and a sweetness that is shared. So you and this person, my loves, are very, very hardworking individuals. Very hardworking individuals. You have made yourselves. Absolutely, you have, my loves. And it's wonderful to have somebody who in all ways understands you, especially understands what you do for a living, the importance of it, the effort that it takes, the time that it takes, and supports you fully. And it feels like they, as well as encouraging you to fulfill your dreams, aside from what you do for right now, my darlings, and to go for that in terms of a career. They also, in the time that it takes you to get to that point, allow you to experience a lot more joy that you've been missing in doing what you're doing, and they make it a lot more fun. You know, there's just something really special about getting to do what you do with this person alongside you. It doesn't feel as though you work with them doing what you do now. But I'm seeing them, you know, I feel like you guys work from home, you have a home office, and, you know, they come in when you've been having a long day and they just, without a word, just wrap their arms around you or kiss your forehead or the top of your head or bring you a snack or just sit with you and hold your hand while you're working. And it's just so nice and it's so lovely and domestic and sweet, and it's a really, 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 really wonderful connection, my loves. You are so destined to find each other, my babies. It's really beautiful. You've had to be very patient for this connection, my loves, and I know that hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy for this person as well. It feels like the both of you have been waiting each other out for a very long time subconsciously, and you're finding each other very soon, and that's very exciting, but I know it hasn't been easy, my loves. Mm, and it feels like what you do for a living now, my darlings, it's not for naught. As Eeyore would say. No, Eeyore would say it is for naught. It's not for naught. So as opposite Eeyore would say. um, you have gained a lot through doing what you do currently. And you know that, my loves. I don't have to tell you, but I'm being called to tell you, so I'm going to tell you anyway. You have gained, you know, financial independence fully, not only independence, but success. You have gained friendships, you have gained travel, you have gained experience, you have gained validation, you have gained, you know, creative liberties that have allowed you to, you know, expand your knowledge of things and you know, to flex your creative muscles in a lot of ways. And it feels like what you gain from doing what you do now in the long run is going to have a really positive impact on what you do for a living, the dreams that you want to achieve. And they're very big dreams, my loves, as they should be, because you deserve very big, very wonderful things. I'm hearing your person has a badonkadonk as well. That's aside the point. But aside from the point, that's beside the point. It's late, I'm tired, babies. But yeah, so it serves its purpose. Also, it feels as though you meet your person through doing what you do, not directly, like in group number 3, not directly. You do not work with them, but somehow your work leads you to this person, which is, it's an absolute fucking surefire soulmate synchronicity, my loves, because in the grand scheme of things, the way that you two connect doesn't really make any fucking sense. It's a difficult story to share on your wedding day when people are like, tell us how you met, and you're like, yeah, well, nah. Like, it's not linear. It's not like, you know, you went to a coffee shop and they were there. It's not like, you know, they were a coworker of yours, but you two do exist in this. It feels internet based. Both of your jobs feel internet based, and somehow you link up. And then you link up. And then it feels like, yeah, it I'm seeing art, and I'm seeing a really, really long, like, written document. And you both, like, see it and comment on it, or one person comments on it and the other person sees it and then sees that person's comment and then approaches them. Something to do with that is how you meet. But it's a very obscure meeting, but very, very meant to be, and very perfect in the way that it is. And it's just so lovely. It's so lovely. It's so warm and toasty. I feel like for those of you that celebrate Christmas, if Christmas is more than 4 months away from the time that you're watching this video, you will be spending next Christmas with them. If it is sooner than 4 months away, the following Christmas you will be spending with them. And that's very exciting, because I feel like that's something that you really visualize a lot. And it's lovely. It's just yeah, you guys are saucy. Saucy, saucy, saucy. Okay. Ah, there she is. There she is. Where'd she go? Here she goes. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So. Take a second look. Okay, there's a lot coming from this. One, the mirror, definitely an online meeting. You're very, 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 very pulled into this person, very attracted to them instantly. In all ways. And personality especially, like not just physically. You are a very, very visual person. So to be attracted to somebody physically is very easy for you. You do not have a type. All types are good types, my babies. Hey now. But you are like all encompassed in your attraction to this person. And take a second look as well. Feels like it feels kind of funny because it's like once you connect with this person, after a little bit, after you've developed the connection and you're connected and talking and getting to know each other, it feels like you start to realize like how much they popped into your life without you noticing prior, because things happen in the time that they're meant to happen, my loves, and hindsight's 2020. And so once you're connected to them, you are going to start seeing like maybe somebody mentioned them in passing to you before, and like watching what they do or acknowledging what they create or something. It feels like you're both content creators in some degree, but very different content creators. Like you create very different content. You both talk a lot for a living, though. My throat is very sore all of a sudden as I'm talking about what you do. And it's just funny. It's just funny because it really confirms that, like, okay, this person is meant for you and they've been there, like, not all along, but for a significant amount of time. Spiritually, yes, they've been there all along, but it's a very cute synchronicity. I feel like when you're falling asleep and when you just wake up, you feel like very talented lucid dreamers, my darlings, when you are about to fall asleep or when you wake up, especially in your left ear. You can hear this person talking, and they have a very distinct voice, and they speak in a different way than you speak, or in a different way than the people who are around you speak. And so it's very noticeable. You are totally, totally enamored with this person instantly in a way that almost intimidates you, my loves. It kind of throws you off guard, because you're so certain that this is your person and that you want to be with this person, that it kind of it startles you a little bit, because the attraction and the draw and the pull is so intense and so reciprocated, that you're allowed to take it slow, my loves. That is perfectly fine. There is an element of distance to this connection. It doesn't feel like it lasts long, my loves, but there is an element of distance, but it feels like that's okay. It's not ideal, of course not, but it feels like it's okay because it gives you both the opportunity. One, you two are busy. You have busy lives. What you do is busy, and it gives you the opportunity to get to know each other, through phone calls and messages and video chats, in a very, very, very authentic way. And it's really nice because something that flows through your entire relationship is that the time you two are together is very fully invested in each other. It's not like you're calling each other and you're doing a million things alongside. It's like, no, you're sitting or you're lying down and you're on the phone with this person, and that is what you're doing. Your focus is entirely on each other. And that exists as well when you're in the physical with each other. When you're talking with each other, you're not on your phone, wading in and out of the conversation. You're not doing 200 other things while trying to hear about their day. You're looking at them, you're existing with them, you're holding them. And that's a very, very, very wonderful connection, my loves. You two give a lot to each other. You're constantly giving to each other in every way that the other needs, as well as yourselves. And that's really important. It feels like that's been something both of you have had to learn in the last year or two before connecting. because it's something neither of you are very, very good at. This person's extremely introverted, my loves. Extremely introverted. I feel for the most of you, you're the extrovert, but if you're introverted, then they're very extroverted. But yeah, they're very, very gentle, very calm, very reassuring, just very, very steady, stable presences in your lives, my loves, in a very wonderful way. And you are strength to them and your stay to them. And it's wonderful what you two give each other. Yeah, you're really on your way to each other, my darlings. And jackpot, I love. Jackpot is my favorite card to get in any way, but especially in regards to a romantic connection, because it's like, yeah, this is everything. This is better than you could have imagined, better than you could have dreamed of. Um, mm, and yeah, a lot of passion. A lot of passion in this connection, my babies. Did I shuffle these? I can't remember. I'll shuffle them again. Okay, thank you. A lot of you two match each other's, passion. There's a lot of chemistry in always, but physically as well, in a way that I think sometimes you're worried you won't have with a person. You'll have to, compromise too much in one direction or another. You don't have to in this connection, my loves. Of course, there's aspects of compromise, but it feels like for 99% of things, you two are really, really, really on the same wavelength, and that's really nice. I feel like some of you could work for a company based in Asia. You take a vacation with this person very quickly. After meeting them, I feel like one of the first physical connections you have, you go on a vacation. But it feels like a twofer. It feels like you or them fly out to see the other person and stay at their house, and then you go on a vacation from there, and then carrying on and so on and so forth. It feels like the beach is very healing for you. Water is very healing for you, as well as being in nature. This person especially really loves being in nature, loves being around mountains, loves being around trees. This person lives somewhere that snows, and I feel like snow either does not happen where you are or is very, very rare. They make your house a home. I'm hearing very clearly, my loves. They really, you want to have a home with this person. You want this person in your home in a very, very nice way. And it's really nice because it's like, okay, I feel like a really good aspect of what you do now for a living. It's exciting because it gives you a lot of financial freedom. And part of that is, okay, I can, pay to travel to see you, and I can pay for you to come visit me. This person feels very financially independent as well. But it's nice to not have that be a limitation for you. And it feels like both of you really understand the value of money. It feels like both of you could have grown up or spent, parts of your adulthood not having like a ton of extra money, kind of just enough to get by, sort of a thing. So you really understand it. But yeah, the sun and the moon here, that feels like your energies as well, my darlings. A person could have a child in this connection, or if you are going into a connection or calling in a connection where a child could be had, you have a child quite quickly, or a dog quite quickly, or a cat. Mostly dog, it feels like. Mostly child, but also dog or cat. And it's really nice because both of you are really, really, really successful and are going to continue being successful. And so it feels like, yeah, you get to have like your dream life come to fruition with this person. And what you do now is to credit how they find you, but also the freedom that you have to create that life and to proceed in a very successful direction and doing what you really want to do, my loves. You and this person dream about each other a lot. You connect a lot in sleep. It's really, really, really lovely. This is a forever person. This is a very stable connection, my loves. Is there anything else, my darlings? Holy shit, they give me a shiver and they tell me no. Group number 4, you sweet, beautiful darlings. I am so excited for you. That is wonderful. a lot of really positive changes coming your way, my darlings, in the next little while. This coming year, coming 12 months, especially, is very, very, very significant and very exciting. It feels like bees could also be a symbol of this person. Okay, little baby sloth. Yeah, someone could have a child in this connection already. But I hope that you enjoyed that, my darlings. If you did, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I love to talk to you guys. I love to hear from you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon with the extended 18+ readings, as well as exclusive readings and monthly forecasts. My Instagram, my Etsy store, and my email for more information on private readings are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I'm so excited for you. You deserve very wonderful things. You have absolutely magnificent energy, and I adore you. I hope you had a nice time. I hope it was good for you. It was great for me. I love you very, very much. Bye.